I'm liking that. Okay, so this side is nearly done. Hello, this is Jake and welcome back to another episode on building the Trumpeter Titanic 1/200th wreck. In the last episode we had a look at doing some of the detail and some of the rooms that we wouldn't be able to access once we put some of the other decks in place. We also looked at doing the expansion joint and the port side O-wall. But in this episode we're going to be taking a look at the breaking point of the Titanic wreck, where she split in two. All the decks have now collapsed in on itself and it's really quite a mess actually. So I'm hoping to achieve a good level of detail to show how the different decks have come down on each other, and then obviously you can actually see some of the boilers on display. Now we won't be fitting the boilers in this episode, that'll be next episode, but we will be showing where they will be in place. But the main part of this episode is going to be getting the breakup section all flat and, like, you know, what it looks like in real life. I've done it before with obviously smaller models of Titanic, so I'm hoping all goes well. We will have to do a bit of mounting, but nothing too serious. But yeah, without further ado, let's crack on with it, because I'm really looking forward to see how this turns out. Okay, so there's our handiwork from last time. Not finished, still needs a bit of tidying up, but not too worried about it for now. It's there, we can work on that later on. The expansion joint, obviously that's opened up, that's quite nice, so that has actually opened up now. And you're not going to see it too well, but this side is drooping down already, which is good, what I wanted to happen. Then today we're working on this area. So I've had a good look this morning at where we got to work on and make sure I do all the right things in the right places here. So this line is nothing, don't worry about that. This line is where we're going to start bending downwards. So from here it's all going to start crunching down and the wreck of Titanic. So that does mean we got to take a look at this section. Now I glued this one in place last time, and hopefully I don't think we'll need too much of this. We'll have a look. I'll take another closer look at the photos. I'm going to focus on this side first, the port side, and then do the starboard side afterwards. I've also done a black line underneath here just in case we got to do some cutting with our good old friend the Dremel. I haven't been asked this, but I did think about it the other day. Portholes, do I drill them out? I'm not too sure yet. I'll make a decision very soon on that. But yeah, we're focusing on this today, so I'll get this section done. I'll take some look at I'll look at some photos just to make sure I'm doing the right thing here, and then we'll focus on the other side. Now this was cut out of here, as you can see, and that should help because this is going to be harder to bend. So I thought if I cut it back here, I can use plasticard or cardboard to bring that all down and the different decks on top of each other. Okay, our good friend Mr. Dremel is going to be making an appearance today. Here we go. So what I'm doing is I've had a look at the wreck, the port side, and I want to bend this section down. I'm going to cut away up here. I'm probably actually going to go from the line under the windows to here, cut away this top section, and then I can start bending and that. We don't need this. Looking at the wreck, we don't need this. So right across here, we don't need. That is all disused pieces. And then we might even have to go over here as well. But I'll cut away up to that. We'll know where we're getting to. So if I start with that now, then we can focus on the other pieces. So here we go again. keep these pieces. They might come in handy later. So I'll put them with the pile of Titanic pieces that we've already cut out. Now what I want to do is put a nice big line down here. You can see right across that. There we go. It's a little bit messy. Obviously this needs cleaning up. But now that is loose there, there we go. I can now start bending this down around. I'm going to put another line across here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use a Dremel on that just yet. But I want to bend this entire area down now. But also, at the same time, I want to try and bend it out and then down. So it's like bubbled up here. Which does mean I got to get the heat on it again. But that shouldn't be too bad. It's just, I might have to cut away a bit more here, just outward bend. Through. There we go. Good thing I can still get in here. There we go. Putting that over there will help when bending this here, and it free up that space. There we go. All these little fibres of plastic that are coming off, remember to keep, because like I said before and showed you, we were used to help with debris. Okay, so everything's actually going really well. I've done some bending here, you can see. Nice crease, and we got a crease here, a crease here. A little bit of an oval where it got a bit too hot and started melting, but not too worried about that. Then this bit is creased over. Still a bit wet, I put some water on it just to help cool it down. This piece I ended up taking off, and I'm just going to re-stick it somewhere down here. Then what we'll do is mold all this into shape, obviously, so it doesn't look like it's just cut off straight like that. That'll get all done. But I'm going to leave it now for a couple of hours just because of the fumes in the shed, because I'm melting plastic. It's not good for your lungs. I am wearing a mask when I'm doing this, but again, the fumes are in the shed. So I'm going to leave the shed doors open, leave it for a couple of hours, and then we will revisit it. But so far so good. So obviously this is not finished. I still got to do a lot more bending and everything like that, and then we got to start doing the other side. And here where this is going to be on display, obviously this got to be bent as well. This is probably the next bit I'll start tackling, just to bend that this way a bit, like it's peeled open slightly. And then we'll look at re-sticking this piece here, make it look like it's just a continuous joint. We might have to use a bit of plastic and a bit of filler, but this area of the ship is obviously the worst damaged, so I can hide a lot of stuff like that up with when we start doing the weathering effects and everything like that. Now, before we go any farther, I forgot about some detail I done, and I actually filmed it and accidentally deleted the footage. But seeing here where the grand staircase would have been, that's a piece of card. Now the actual plate that you put in here comes to here halfway, so it didn't look right. So I put this piece of card in, I filmed it all, deleted it by accident, but I marked it out, cut the card out, and there you go. That's something I forgot to show you all. I've cut the hatch off here. Now I'm gonna get a 3D printed one, possibly to be in front of the wreck where it is in real life, but I'm not sure that that'll fit into the diorama yet. But I've cut that off. It still needs a lot of work, so it's a lot thinner around the edges, but that's been done. Also the cranes have been started here, but apart from that, you haven't missed anything else. I haven't forgot anything. So before we take a look at the next step, I thought I'd just share that with you. Also, a bit of plastic broke here last night when I was doing some work on the model, getting ready for filming today. Never mind, it's all good. Here we go. Here it is. This is our current situation to the this is our current state of the section from the brake. Now I've been doing some work with the Dremel and mounting. You can see here I've been mounting as well. This is all out of shape here. Nice kink there. But the piece I've been working on this morning, I've spent a good hour working on this one piece. Just taking my time, getting it bent right. And you can see it looks pretty damaged. This is the back of it. There you go. So yeah, this is our piece that I've been working on this morning. It'll be stuck in place, of course, and we'll be sticking it very soon. Might have to do a bit more sanding and that, but it's gonna go roughly about there. And then obviously still want to do a bit of damage to this, cut some of this away. But yeah, so far it's going well. You can see I've damaged some of the edges here. One of the things I've also done is shaved the plastic down. Now it still needs a bit of cleaning up, but it just makes it look like it's a lot thinner, because over here you can see it's quite thick plastic. So I've skimmed it down, just got to clean it up a bit. But I want to cut away just a little bit down here, like that. There we go, I've just cut a section out. It looks more realistic. It's probably not on the real wreck, but it just helps with the fact that this is the brake of the Titanic. So what I'm going to do now is glue this one in place, like I said, up here. I might have to do a bit more filing, but it should go there pretty nicely. I might just have to cut away some of this tab under here. So I'll have a go at that now, and I'll get this one stuck in place. Okay, so this side is nearly done. I'm not going to do no more to this side now. I'm going to focus on the other side. But just to give you a look, there you go. Some of the damage, it's looking very good. I'm liking that. So I still got to do, obviously, this top here, which I'll tackle, of course. But I want to focus on the other side now, get that somewhere near, then we can focus on putting the decks in and everything like that. So I've made a start. Looking at pictures and that, I'll show you more in the next episode, but basically it looks like there's a piece of the side of the ship that's peeled back here, like this, peeled right back. Then this is all kind of peeled with it. So you can kind of see the side of the boiler, which I think is pretty cool. And that'd be nice when the model's done. Now, looking at the top deck, so this deck, where the lifeboats would have been, from here it looks like it's completely collapsed on the next deck. So again, this part is completely useless. Like I've done with the other side, I've got to cut it away. And then I can start bending this. I've cut across here because this entire section now I want to bend but pull out at the same time. So more mounting, but it should look very good. The marker pen, so if I just mark right down there, I want to bend all of this area. I think there's a split up here, somewhere there, so that'll be bent separately, but we got to bend the whole thing first. So I've made a start and it's going well. A bit more work to do. It's not the prettiest at the moment, but done some bending. Now that side looks to be more bent over than this side, just going by photos. Comment below, see if you can help me with a bit of advice if you think there's something I'm missing. But so far it's going well. These creases have turned out really nicely, and that is just using the lighter this time with bend this. But yeah, it's looking good. So what I'll do is get some plaster card and some card ready, and we'll start putting in the fake floors. Obviously I got to leave room for the boilers. Boilers won't be going in yet because I'm not sure how I'm going to make them, but there'll be room for them anyway. So I'm having a look at the decks and just seeing how I can work it out. And yes, this is remains of a box from Tamaya. I got several of them actually up here. They're empty boxes and I don't need them, so they will come in handy. But I think what I'm going to do is leave this episode here, because I want to show you how I'm going to put these different decks in and make it look like they've all crashed in on each other. So I will leave it here. But like I said, the boilers are going to go there. I still want to do a bit more work here as well. This piece is not fully stuck yet, so I'll probably put something behind just to hold it in place a bit more. We'll look at the boilers once we've got these decks sorted. I'm still going to cut away some of this as well, just trim that back a bit. But yeah, there we go. I mean, it's been a good episode. I've got quite a bit done, and I hope you enjoyed it all. Wow, there we have it. Another episode is done. So like I said, I'm going to leave this one here because I want to share with you all how I'm going to do the decks. And I don't want to make this episode too long. We focused on doing damage, mounting and everything today. So in the next episode, we will be looking at the collapsed decks where they've all come down on top of each other, putting some of the debris in as well. But I put the piece of card in there for now. It looks good. Obviously, I've got to paint it. I'm not going to leave it like that. It'll look a little bit weird. But yeah, I still want to get some of the bending done as well around the debris. But the collapsed decks are the next thing because it's vital we get them all right. So it does mean we'll be having a look at some of the other pieces that go inside. I'll get some of the photo etched windows done as well, so we can start fitting some other decks. But there we have it. So thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you missed any episodes, check out the playlist in the link in the description. Check out the Facebook Trumpeter Titanic page as always. And I will see you very soon with the next episode. Bye for now.